Thanks for coming by, ladies and gentlemen. This is William Jordan here again with another episode
Mhm.
of We Are Mastery. And as you know, the Mastery series is about just that, mastery. And today we have a master on with us, Mr. Jimmy Williams from
Uh-oh.
Irvington, New Jersey. This man has an in-depth uh, career, many different careers in his short lifetime, and you'll see how one string has held him glued to the fire, kept everything together. That is self-mastery. Hi, Jimmy. How you
All
doing
right.
today?
I'm great. And yourself? Pleasure.
Outstanding, outstanding. It's a pleasure being here with you in your august environment.
All right. All right. That's what's up. All right. All right. Mm,
So
mm.
now you were a young man. You joined the Marines. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. Simplified. Always faithful. Mm.
Okay. And is that where your journey started with respect to being a man of excellence?
No, I'm gonna say it started younger than that, just being raised in the household with two parents. Mm.
So what was that like?
I mean, I had a strict upbringing. Had to go to school, couldn't really hang outside, and went to church all the time. But pretty good balance. My father was a hard worker. Always saw my father working. He was about us staying out of trouble. Growing up in the '60s, seeing the riots in Newark, things of that nature. That's some of my earliest remembrance of my father making sure that we was all safe and keeping us out of trouble, and
Right.
having a spiritual mother that had a strong and still does have a strong belief in God, always giving us the mental and the spiritual values.
Right. So what kind of values are you talking about?
Just being a good person, being more right than wrong, treat people the way you want to be treated.
Right. 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 Right.
You know,
So how did that plant pan out for you when you made the transition from home to the Marines? You were like 17, 18 years old when that happened?
yeah, 17.
Wow.
Well, when I got to boot camp, I wasn't afraid. I wasn't intimidated. I could hear my father's voice, so it was like he was with me.
Okay.
But I was finally out on my own. I wasn't, when you grow up in a house, your mother or your father telling you what to do. At that time, the neighborhood was raising us. So if you was walking down the street around the corner, somebody knew you, I'm gonna tell your mother, I'm gonna tell your father. When I went to Marine Corps, that wasn't there. So the only thing I had to do was rely on how I was taught. But I could hear my father's voice, like talking to me.
So how many years were you in the Corps?
4 years, 7 months, or 55 months active military.
Okay. And how did you like that?
Well, it brought out of me what was already in me. It was if I had to do it all over again, I would still do it. I would still go in and do it. It gave me independence.
Okay. Okay. And what was your MOS in there?
I was the 1811, which is an armor crewman, which is a tanker. Actually, I went in to be a jet mechanic, but it never panned out. So at an early age, I learned how to deal with adversity.
Right. Right. So you signed up for you qualified for jet mechanic, but you didn't get it.
Jet mechanic, right?
Wow.
When I was in boot camp, they took that from me. So I learned at an early age that a lot of things aren't what they seem to be.
Right. 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 And so I understand that in addition to being a armory guy, you were also a track runner.
Yes, I got the opportunity to run track. Funny story. I went in the Marine Corps. I had guaranteed air wing. They actually forced me out of the guarantee. If I didn't release myself, they were going to send me home. So I decided to stay in. I released myself from my guaranteed contract, but they allowed me to run a rifle range for maybe 6 months. And while I was running the rifle range, I would run every day, jog, because I ran track and cross country in high school.
Hmm.
So the opportunity came up and I tried out for the Marine Corps track team at Camp Pendleton in California.
Right, right, right.
And I was given 1 month. Um, I was able to come to the Marine Corps track team for 1 month and work out because they felt I had good potential. I ran like a 2-minute half. Actually, I went to Westside High in Newark, and they were known for the 2-mile relay. So I wanted to run the half mile. So I tried out for the half, and I got a month to train, then to try out again to make the track team.
Hmm. Hmm.
So that's how I started getting involved in track in the Marine Corps.
So now the Marines, they say they're very tough and they train you, they break you down and build you up. You know, how's that relate to your notion of self-mastery?
Wow. How does that relate to my self mastery?
In other words, that you know, you have to be a real you know, disciplined person in the Marine Corps. And that's part of being self-mastery is about being disciplined. Did they add to it or nothing significant or you already
No,
have it?
they they brought out what was in me. You know, I came up in a strict household, so have to be here on time. You can't do this. You can't do that. So I was used to following orders. I resisted it at first. Uh, I think I was rebelling in a sense, but I had to realize that in order to be successful, you know, you have to follow orders. And sometimes you have to do things that you don't want to do. So it started to bring it out of me. And
Okay.
when the DIs would be screaming and hollering at me, I was used to my father. My father was a big guy. So I wasn't intimidated by the drill instructors, but I had to start listening. And once I started putting the two and two together, I started to become a better Marine.
Okay. So I guess there was a learning curve there.
Yes, I mean, like I said, going to the Marine Corps gave me independence because now I'm not under my parents' roof anymore. In a sense, you could kind of do what you want to do, but I'm in the Marine Corps and you break down and building you back up, making you exercise, screaming, hollering at you, making you just asking you to do all kind of things right away. So you don't have time to really think about it. They just want you to do it.
Right,
So
right, right.
in case you go to combat or whatever,